Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Successful Woman's Mindset. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen. I am co-founder of Everyday Woman TV, a business coach and a commercial real estate broker. One of my favorite things in the world to do is spotlight women from all over the world that are making a difference, that are serving, and that are really making this world a better place. Today, I am excited to introduce to you Leslie T. Mitchell. Welcome.
Thank you, Galit. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on today.
Yes, we're going to have a lot of fun. So Leslie is joining us from Florida, right? Leslie, you're still in Florida, and I'm over here on the other side of the country in Las Vegas, which is so much fun. And I don't always get to meet the women that I meet online in person. And one of my favorite things is that Leslie and I have met in person, have spent time in person. She came to one of our retreats and it was so much fun. And she's also one of our TV hosts and has her own TV show.
Yes.
So I'm going to share a little bit about her, and then we're going to jump into an amazing topic today called You Can Have It All. Here we go. Leslie T. Mitchell is the CEO of MindWorks Solutions. She is a world-renowned corporate entrepreneur, certified life coach consultant, licensed realtor, speaker, trainer, and author. She's the CEO and founder, as I mentioned, of MindWorks Solutions, a global training and development consulting firm for Fortune 500 companies, working with companies such as General Electric, Verizon Wireless, Prudential, Next Era Energy, and more. Today, we're going to be talking about everything to do with You Can Have It All. And Leslie knows I have so much to say about that, so we're going to have some fun. So Leslie, let's get started. First and foremost, I would love for you to start with, what does that mean to you? Because it means something different to everyone. What does it mean you can have it all?
Well, for me, Galit, thank you. For me, it literally means what it says, right? A lot of times in life, we begin to settle, right? We begin to think, well, maybe I cannot have a family and in a thriving career or a business. Like I got to pick and choose, right, what I want to have. And I'm a woman of faith. And so I'm a strong proponent that God, he's the author of everything, right? We can have everything we desire. We don't have to, settle. We don't have to pick and choose. We don't have to say, you know what, I can't get married and have a family because I'm trying to thrive in my career, or I can't build my business because I'm a mom. And so I don't have the kind of time. So for me, it's really about understanding that you can have everything you desire in life. You don't have to pick and choose what you want. If you want a family, a career, a business, go back to school, whatever those things that you desire, you really can have it, right? It's not for watching other people. You can have that same lifestyle where that's what you choose to.
And my favorite thing about that phrase, you can have it all, and we hear it a lot, and then people go, yeah, right, which I believe you can as well, is that can mean something different for each person. And I love that you said that. So I have some best friends that have chosen to be single, don't want to have children, don't want to get married. And I love it. That's what makes them happy. For them, that's having it all. Now, of course, society thinks, well, do you have it all? You don't have this. And they put their judgment on them. Mm-hmm. And I back up. I'm like, are you kidding me? As happy as I am being in a committed relationship, she's just as happy not being. And that's okay. And someone might be happy working for someone, but someone else might be happy being an entrepreneur. What I love about Leslie and I is, as women that coach other women, we really are listeners. We listen first to, what do you want? What mm-hmm. makes you happy? Mm-hmm. And then you get help creating it. And I'd love to jump into that for a little bit. How do you help your coaching clients create a world where they can have it all?
And it's really, really what you just said, really taking time to listen to them and say, hey, what is it that you truly want out of life, right? Everything aside, right? And if you had a clean slate, if you had this, this clean piece of paper, what would you want to be on that paper? What would you want your life to look like, right? And once they can identify that, now that we know what we want your life to look like, let's think about some ways to help you get to that picture. But you got to have a vision in your head first. I always tell people, like, you can't have what you cannot see, right? So you have to visualize yourself having the life you desire. You have to mentally see yourself and paint that picture, because if you can't see it, then you're not going to be able to have it. So first, you got to know what it is that you really want.
It's so funny that you said that. Leslie, I have to tell you, you and I, this is why we connected. So Leslie and I just randomly connected online. We had real estate in common because we both have backgrounds in real estate, and we still are in real estate. But we connected and so immediately bonded. And it's because so much of what we do and so much of who we are is in complete alignment.
Yes.
And I love, love, love what you just said, because one of my favorite things to do in my workshops is actually have people close their eyes and use their senses. Right? Can you taste it? What do you taste in your mouth right now? What do you smell? What do you feel? What do you see? What are you wearing? What is that world that you want look like? What are you creating? Now, I will share with you that sometimes in these workshops, I have women that struggle, and I say, that's okay. Are you a visual person? And they say, no. I said, don't worry about it. Write it down. And they go and they grab their computer or they grab their pen and they just go to town. And I said, you don't have to be visual to see it. When Leslie says see it, she means know it. She means believe it. She means, like, I'm getting chills because you know how big you and I have created our worlds based on this.
Yes, definitely.
Well, what advice could we give someone? Because one of the things that I get often, and I'm sure you do, is I want to be successful. Well, great. What does that mean? What do you do with your clients? What journey do you take them through to help them when they don't really know? I mean, they know they want more, but they don't know really what that is.
Right. One of the things I like to do with my clients is really have them to, so I have this thing called From Employee to Entrepreneur, or you can profit from your passion, right? Right. And so any skill set, I believe you can monetize and turn it into a business. And so one of the things I have them to do is just really think about, if you could do something, right, that you're passionate about, that you love, that potentially you didn't get paid for. I know that's kind of cliche-ish, but if you could do something that you didn't get paid for, even though we're in the business of making money, let's be real about that. But, that's where your heart, that's where your desire is. And so sometimes, people don't hone into that. Sometimes they don't want to take something that they're already good at and develop that. They are trying to, they follow in somebody else, or maybe I can start this business, or maybe I can do this. But no, God has given each and every one of us a unique skill set, right? And a lot of times we overlook that. And so it's really, going back to those things that you can do effortlessly, things that you can do in your sleep, things that you can do without even thinking about it, right? Those are going to be that thing that God has gifted you with. And so identifying those areas and then looking at, now, how can we translate that? How can we use that to help you get to where you want to be? Because again, success is different for everyone.
Yes.
Your success, it doesn't look the same for everyone. Everyone's success is different. And so again, it always goes back to, what does it look like for you?
Okay, so I have to stop you because you used one of my favorite words and I don't want to forget. You used the word effortless, and that's one of my favorite words. And I think that sometimes we live in a society where we believe we have to work hard. We believe that things have to be challenging to appreciate them. And one of my favorite things that you said, aside from the word effortless, is, guys, ladies, whoever's listening and watching, you have something you're really good at that somebody else isn't. So stop. Figure out what that is. I love always sharing the story, Leslie, of this one woman that reached out to me, and she's worked forever in her family's business, and she hasn't been happy doing accounting. And she says she lost 150 pounds, and she works out religiously every day, and she meal plans every Sunday. And she gets on a call with me and she goes, well, I wouldn't know what I would be good at. Wow. And I didn't laugh. I swear that's rude. But I was like, oh, well, what do you love to do the most? Now I already knew, I love to post about meal planning and my workouts, and I love to support women that are on a journey of losing weight. And she went on. And I said, oh, so you're really good at teaching people how to lose weight and keep it off? Yeah. Oh, and you love helping people. Oh, well, why don't you become a health coach? And then there's like this light bulb, right?
Right. I mean, it's a good feeling when you help somebody, like, really, they already have it in them.
Oh my gosh.
It's just really helping them see it in them, right?
We can't see. Leslie, we've both had coaches.
Yes.
We'll always have some kind of coach. I always have some kind of coach, because you can't see for yourself. It doesn't mean you're not good at what you do, right?
Yep.
It's that you don't always see from the outside what other people
Right.
do.
Yep.
So let's talk about that for a second. You go, oh, let's use the health one as an example.
Mhm.
Okay, it's easy. I'm really good at I love helping people figure out how to lose weight in a healthy manner and keep it off. What is the next thing that you just, because the first thing that they say is, well, no one will pay me for that. What do you say to them?
They won't if you don't believe they will. So
That's true. Well, we're going to coach them to believing they
we're
will.
going to coach them to believe in themselves, right?
Yeah. What do you say next to them when they say, why would somebody pay me for something that is so easy for me to do?
That's the reason why they're going to pay you. So I try to tell my clients, because you're good at that, right? That's the reason why people are going to pay you for that, because I'm not good at that. Right. And so we all, like you said, we all need coaches. I have several coaches and had different coaches at different times in my life, because I know what my skill set is. And sometimes I need somebody else to help me. And so even when we're talking about health, right, like I'm a workout fanatic kind of sort of, right? But I still have to have.
You look fabulous. It shows, honey. It shows.
But guess what? I had to have somebody to coach me to work, help, for working out. And that person happened to be my husband, so I didn't have to pay him, thank goodness. But
no, you pay them.
Right.
You pay them.
I'm paying him in different ways, right?
Check them out. We know better.
But that was his thing, right? That was his thing, working out. And so I had to, get him to be my workout coach, to say, hey, I need you to treat me like you would treat, somebody else. And though that can be like kind of difficult, I'm like, listen, I'm your wife. But it helped me stay on task. So he motivated me because he was always working out. I wasn't always a workout person, but seeing him doing it over and over, I'm like, you know what? Let me start doing this. I could have easily went to someone else because I felt like we were too close, but it worked out for us. And so, it's something. So I always tell my clients, you're going to be able to do this because somebody needs what you have. You have this, God gave you this gift. People in the universe waiting on your gift. They waiting on you to start that masterclass. They waiting on you to start that workshop. They can't move to their next level because you haven't moved. Right.
Do you know one of the things I love to say? When someone says, why would somebody pay me for that? And oh my gosh, there's too much competition. I know you've heard it all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's too much competition. And what makes me special? And why would somebody hire me? I actually say to them, you're doing a disservice to society.
Yep.
And I know it sounds extreme, but I do that on purpose because most of the women we work with are service-based women and we want to help the world. So when I say you're doing a disservice to society, not sharing your journey, what if there's one person out there that you can change your life? They kind of go, wait, you know what? I do want to change someone's life. I do want to help. So sometimes when I go to the extreme from the other side, it helps them recognize. Another thing I like to say is, I don't believe we're supposed to take our secrets of success to the grave. I believe we're supposed to share them. So we can also use that and share that with the people that are listening and watching today. What is that one thing that you can talk about all day long, like Leslie said, even if you didn't get paid? Because honestly, most of the people aren't getting paid for this yet.
And they're talking about it all day long. Think about that. Right?
And
when you're giving all this free advice on social media, you're doing all these, but you're not getting compensated for it.
People are picking their brains for free.
Right. For free. Been there, done that.
Do you remember those messages? Can I pick your brain? And I'm like, oh, my consultation fee is. And these are not good. These are not my best friends. These are just random people. It's so funny. So Leslie, you take these people through a journey, and I know you do way more than that, but you take them through the journey. And what are some of the transformational things that you're seeing with your coaching clients after you take them through this journey?
One of the things, really, a lot of my coaching clients that I have, sometimes I see women in general, sometimes is their confidence, right? Just that belief system in themselves to know that they can really do this thing, right?
Yeah.
They can really go out there and, impact people's lives and change people's lives. And so one thing I always tell people, you're going to be changing your life while we change other people's lives at the same time. And so for me, I see a lot of my clients just have that confidence that they can do it, right? Because I tell people, support is totally different. Like, nobody's going to support me. People are not going to support me. And that's not really people don't have to support you. That's the one thing I have to get people to understand. It's not, people don't have to support you in what your dream, goal, vision is, right? And God will not give you a vision without provision. And so you have to understand that people, you don't have to necessarily seek people's permission or validation and all of that to move forward in the things that you desire to do. And so one of the transformations I see from people is that their confidence goes through the roof, and not seeking the validation of other people's approval.
I love that. I love that. I have to tell you, I'm turning 50 this year, and I always say I'm too dang, and I'm joking, but I'm too dang old to care what other people think of me. And I've just worked too hard to get here. And when you get over that hump, like everything changes.
Like it's a whole nother world, right? It really is. It's freeing. It's freeing. And people, and so when people have that moment where it's like they free, they're like, okay, I get it now. Right? I get it now.
I love that. I heard something the other day from somebody. I was on an amazing show the other day, and she said the 20-60-20 rule, and I'd never heard it before. And she said 20% of the people just won't like you. 60% of the people are like cheering you on from the sidelines, watching every move. And 20% of those people are your clients. They're the ones that are like, I'm stepping up and I'm making a difference. So when you accept that you are just not everybody's cup of tea, and you don't need to be, and you focus on that 20% of people that really want to learn from you and really want to work with you, that's really the key. And I love that she did that, because really, if you think about it, 80% of the people are like, oh my gosh, I got to have more Galit. And 20% are like, I can't stand. And you know what I do to those people? Block and delete. I'm just like, I swear, Leslie, I have no negativity on my Facebook page. And I have 5,000 friends, and it's like this beautiful flow of energy, because you get rid of, and I'm not trying to be rude, but if you're rude, why do I need to be a part of your world? And that's the key is, negativity. No, let's surround ourselves. Look at Leslie. I met her a few years ago. We've been around each other in person and virtually, supporting each other, interviewing each other, sending why would you want something different? So I love that you're teaching and transforming your clients to have the confidence to believe in themselves, to not care what other people think. And as you know, one of the reasons we created Everyday Woman is for those women that believe they need the support. Come somewhere where
you're celebrating, right, where you're going to get that support and be celebrated. And so the things I try to tell my clients is, don't let not having the support stop you.
Amen.
Sometimes people will not go after their dream. They'll stop because, nobody supports.
Well, you know why? A lot of times it's the people you love the most. And I like to share this, and then I want you to share how people can get a hold of you before we wrap up. But I love to share this. Sometimes the people that love you the most, they're trying to protect you. It's not that they don't love you. When I went back to school and got my master's degree after having a successful career in real estate, even though I wasn't leaving it, people said, what do you need that for? You're already doing so well. Why do you have to go back to school? Why do you need to get a degree in therapy? It's to protect you, because they don't want you to hurt. They don't want you to fail. Mm-hmm. Make sure you tell them, I'm good. I got this. Don't worry. I'm fine. Yep. The people that love you will still stay there. They stay on board. So if you ask yourself, why is the person that loves me the most trying to convince me not to take this chance? It's because some of the time, not always, some of the time they're just trying to protect you. That was my experience, Leslie.
Mine too.
They were trying, and they loved me. They just didn't want me to fail. And then once I did it and they saw how great it was, they were like, oh my God, Galit, good for you. You can do both.
You can do both. Same thing. It's really quick. Same experience I had really quickly. When I was telling my mom, when I told my mom I was going to step out on faith and start my consulting company, she was like, why you want to do that? You have this good job, all those things, because, and it was like you said, it wasn't that she didn't support me. It was just out of fear. It was out of concern. It was just, and it was just something that she had not done. Right. And so sometimes people think they're protecting you in that regard. So, yeah.
Yeah. And what Leslie said before was, don't let that support, not getting that support, stop you, and recognize that they're trying to protect you. But at the end of the day, if something keeps telling you, and that's how I call it, if something keeps telling you over and over and it will not go away, come on, listen to it. Because there are people in this world that get this little bug in their ear that keeps telling them to do something, and they keep swatting it away. And guess what happens? Eventually it stops talking to you. What a mistake. Because that little idea that's coming to you could be that one big thing that you're supposed to do.
Yeah, true.
I love that. So Leslie, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you. I know you've got some exciting things coming up. Please share that. Share the name of your show so they could see it on Everyday Woman TV. Just a little bit about all that's going on.
Awesome. Thank you. So yes, I have a show on Everyday Woman's TV called You Can Have It All. So I would love for you to check it out. Check out the show. Also, you can follow me on all social media platforms as Leslie T. Mitchell. You can go to my website, leslietmitchell.com. I'm super excited. Going to be announcing my VIP membership group coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. Excited. We're going to be talking about building balance and lifestyle in that group. And so that's and the other
lots of great things. What else? What I miss?
Last thing I'll just say, for those women, who are entrepreneurs, small business owners, you're looking out there, for funding or business credit. So I'm in the fintech space, so I help people as well get that. And so, just
very important piece to starting your own business or taking it to the next level. I always share that when I started out in business 25 years ago, I didn't even own a house, but I got a business loan. So you've got to reach out to Leslie. She's got some amazing things going on. And the best part about the funding is it's not just about getting approved or not getting approved. It's about helping you get to a place where you can get the funding you need for your business. And that's a really big deal. I hate when that's you're not approved, done. Instead of let's figure out how to get you approved. Let's figure out how we can help you. So I love that that's a piece of what Leslie's doing. And I am excited that you were part of the show today, Leslie. It was so fun. It's been a while since I've interviewed you. So it's it's been a little bit. So it's been nice to have you back.
I'm excited to be back with you. So
yeah, and thank you for being an amazing host on our show. Thank you for being an author in our books. Thank you for being such a great support to Everyday Woman and always bringing other women as well to Everyday Woman as well. So thank you. And those that are watching and listening, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of The Successful Woman's Mindset. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen, and we will see you next time.